Welcome to a tutorial on setting up the Steadicam for Tacoma Rainiers. Today we'll be going over how to set up the antennas, set up the camera, and a few tips on how to run the Steadicam. To start, we'll look at antenna setup.
The first thing you're going to do is find the antennas, fiber cable, transmitter box, and power cable to the right of CCU. If you need help carrying it all, feel free to ask, otherwise take everything down to camera 1 and begin setting up. Once there, start by clamping the antennas to the bar above the silver fiber box. Make sure the antennas are raised as high as possible over the green padded railing. Afterward, open the fiber box. Place the transmitter inside and attach the antenna cable to the transmitter.
It does not matter which cable goes into each port.
Next, grab the fiber cable from its bag. Stick the blue end of the fiber cable into the camera B slot. Check the white markings on the other end of the fiber cables for A and B. Stick A into the slot above TX and B into the slot above RX. Finally, plug in the power cable to the transmitter from the power outlet to the left of the fiber box.
Assemble power last to avoid damaging the antenna cables.
Once plugged in, the power indicator on the transmitter will light up. The receiver can currently be found at the rack behind CCU. To turn it on, simply press the power button on the left side and wait until the link button shines green, indicating a successful link between the transmitter and receiver. After turning on the receiver in the control room, the second indicator should blink rapidly, indicating that it is successfully transmitting to the receiver. Note that if the indicator is not blinking, you may have to restart the receiver on the other end, which is something someone else can do for you if you let them know. Next, we'll look at the headset. To set up the headset for the Steadicam, you'll need a battery, the belt pack, and the headset. Simply put the battery inside the belt pack and turn the dial to turn on the headset. Rig transmitter. Along with the transmitter to the control room, we also have a camera transmitter that transmits camera video to the transmitter box. This transmitter can be found on the equipment rack of the staff room in the 1882 clip. This is also where the remaining gear for the gimbal is stored besides the camera battery, which you will need to grab from under camera 5's station in the control room. Once you have the battery and the camera transmitter, attach the battery to the V mount on the transmitter. To turn it on, switch the power button on the right side of the battery. The transmitter should hum and light up once turned on. Next, we'll look at camera setup on the gimbal. The camera we currently use is the Sony FX3. This can also be found on the equipment rack. After grabbing the camera, you're also going to want to grab a camera battery from the table.
Take note of the small, triangular blue piece that must be pushed in as you insert the battery.
Next, grab an SD card so you can record on the camera. An empty SD card should have around 4 hours and 30 minutes of recording time on it. Now let's set up the camera on the gimbal. Most of the time you will see the gimbal in this state with the monitor attached and the gears locked. Make sure all axes on the gimbal are locked before mounting the camera. Next, slide the plate backwards onto the gimbal. Once it's far back enough, it'll catch onto the teeth of a gear controlled by this knob, allowing you to turn the knob and move the plate back further. You can start by sliding the plate to the center and lock the plate in. After, you'll want to plug in the HDMI cable attached to the camera into the monitor and the micro USB cable attached to the gimbal into the camera.
This is to account for the weight of the pole while balancing.
Next, turn on the camera and press the display button until the balance bars appear on the screen. Unlock the tilt axis on the right side and look to see if it's balanced. From there, you can unlock the plate and move it forward or backward until you see the balance bars turn green, indicating it is balanced. You should also check the left to right balance on the gimbal by unlocking the second axis and moving the bar left or right. However, once this is balanced, this rarely needs to be rebalanced each time you set up the gimbal. To take the camera off, slide the plate forward after unlocking it while pressing the silver button underneath the plate to release it. Finally, you'll want to grab batteries for the monitor. Simply align them with the slot and push down to mount them correctly.
Take note of the slot number for each of the batteries when replacing them.
Finally, we'll look at rigging up.
So this is the vest we have right here. I'm going to put it on. We have 3 different buckles. So we have in the back buckle. That'll go on first. And then we have side buckles. 1, 2. And then finally we have right here this will go here. If you can see right here, you can actually pop that out, hook it, and then the same for the other side. Grab it, pop it out, hook it, you're good to go. You can tighten it how you need to. Okay, next, right here, you're gonna slide it through here, and then you have the lock and the unlock here. So I'll go like that to unlock it, and then I'm gonna go from the top and slide down.
Make sure you have this stopper in the cup of the arm before you put the gimbal in. To avoid the arm swinging around, use the Velcro on the second pad to hold it in place until you are ready to mount the camera.
Second, we're gonna grab vest. Make sure you turn it on beforehand. And then make sure you unravel this part. That way it can connect to your monitor later. Just unravel what you need and not too much. What I like to do is take this cable, I'll put it down through the side here. I'll show you that again in a second. And then you have the buckles here. This buckle on the side. Tighten it where you need to. And then once again, I have this dip through here, right in through here. And for now, I can just let this go.
Third thing, I'm going to put on my headset. Place the belt pack wherever it is the most comfortable for you. I like to just put this right in here. And then this extra slack that's right here can just go right in your pocket. And then I will unvelcro this. And now I'll put in the gimbal. Right here we have this key. You have to pop this out. That way you can turn it.
Great. And then we're good for that.
If the arm is not absorbing the excess motion when you move, adjust the tension using the keys on the arm until it does so. Next, you're going to want to plug in the purple SDI cable into the SDI out. To check the battery life, press the button on the bottom of the gimbal. To turn it on, press and hold the power button. Press the power button once to lock and unlock the gimbal. ND filter. An ND filter reduces the amount of light entering the lens, allowing you to retain your camera settings in bright environments. Operating the Steadicam. The best way to run the Steadicam is to bend your knees and apply the heel-toe method, stepping on the heel and stepping off the toes. Watch the cameraman's feet as he walks forward. Here's an example shot of a runner coming home after hitting a home run. Plant yourself halfway between third base and home plate. Prepare to swivel your body and follow the runner. Do your best to always keep the subject center. Move with the runner back to the dugout using the heel-toe method. Once the director is off your shot, be prepared to provide a shot of the runner in the dugout from the other side. The end. Thanks for watching.